24, Blake Miller. Junior number 50, Tyler Baker. And senior number 52, James Elwood. Trojans are coached by Keenan Dahl.
1, 2, 3, Trojans!
And now for your Lancers. Senior number 12, Jack Milkey. Senior number 14, Brandon Wentland. Junior number 20, Caleb Milner. Senior number 32, Caleb Oster. And senior number 40, Grant Hulke.
Hello and welcome to Emmanuel Lutheran High School. The varsity boys Lancers will be taking on the New Auburn Trojans today. I'm Gunny Sippert, my partner Sam Buck, and our cameraman is Clay Bobeck. We're ready to go here. Lancers coming off a loss on Thursday to Cochran Fountain City, a very talented team, and the Lancers are trying to get back to their winning ways. Grant Hulke will take the jump against number 52, James Elwood. Both seniors, both 6'4". And Grant wins it. Oster to Milkey in the corner. Gets it out to the point guard, Neldner. To Wendland. To Milkey. Oster on the wing. Feeds it into Hulke. Hulke goes up and scores. And here's number 21, Judd Plummer, bring it down. He's pressured heavily by Milkey. He gets it to Miller. Elwood, back to Miller. Miller gives it back to Plummer. Plummer looking for someone. He gets it to Miller. Nice pass there. And Miller kicks it all the way back out to Dockel. Dockel, guarded by Wendland. Miller gets it inside to Elwood. Elwood shoots. Good. Nice shot there by James Elwood. A jumper from the elbow. Neldner brings it down. Caleb gives to Milkey. To Wendland on the opposite wing. Wendland crosses over. Drives in. Kicks it out to Neldner. Neldner shot fakes. Goes in. Gives to Hulke. Hulke back out to Neldner. Neldner for three. Bit long. And Elwood saves it. Miller gives it to Plummer. And Judd Plummer brings it down. To Miller on the right wing. To Elwood. Elwood shot fakes. Goes left. Shoots. Too strong. Neldner. Plummer falls. And here's Wendland at the other end with the left-handed layup.
Good transition from defense to offense there by the Lancers.
Plummer fell down. I'm not sure what happened. He must have just tripped because there's no foul called. Here's Miller. Guarded by Neldner. Good pressure by Neldner there. Got Miller to pick up his dribble and then just kept the pressure going. Plummer. Milkey knocks the ball loose, but Plummer can get it to Dockel. He tries to go to the right. Wendland stops him. Good double there from Milkey, and he steals it. And Milkey is fouled.
Great Lancer defense.
Yep.
So far.
It'll be Lancer ball. Oster will pass it in to Neldner. They're saying it's blue ball. Yeah, it went out of bounds. Off the Lancers, I guess. Sorry, I was wrong earlier. Grant Hulke is 6'5", and he clearly showed that inch mattered. He won the tip easily. Elwood gives it back to Plummer. Elwood shot fakes, goes left, and that's a foul on Grant Hulke. Elwood's clearly larger than Hulke, though. A lot more bulky and can probably overpower him. First foul of the game here on Grant Hulke. Elwood at the line. No good. Short. We remind you, you can text us in here at the booth. Please text us who you are as well as what you want to say. And Elwood misses both. Hulke with the rebound to Neldner. Neldner gives to Milkey. Left-handed layup, no good. Good transition again by the Lancers. Just couldn't get that one to fall.
Yep, you got to finish.
Plummer, bad pass there, and Wendland steals it. Gives to Milky. Left-handed layup. That one's good.
Beautiful.
Milky from Brandon.
Milky, of course, is a left-handed shooter, so those left-handed layups come easier to him than most others. Miller guarded by Neldner. Good defense here from Caleb Neldner. Plummer. And Plummer traveled. Oster gives it in, puts it into Neldner. And the Lancers will bring it down. A lot of action here in the first 2 minutes, especially on the Lancer side of the ball. Wendland gives it to Milky on the wing. Inside to Hulky, high post. Back out to Milky. Neldner to Wendland. Wendland's looking for Oster. He gives it to Hulky. Hulky goes up, hits the bottom of the backboard. Wendland for 3, good.
Brandon Wendland, definitely one of the Emmanuel Lancers' better three-point shooters.
Oh, if
and
not,
more frequently.
If not
more
the
frequent.
yeah, if not the best, him and Milky. Oster and Neldner can also shoot very well.
All of them are deadly from the arc,
Except for Hulky.
except for
Poor,
Grant Hulky.
poor Grant. And that's a kick on Oster. No foul, though. Just stays with the Trojans. And here's the first sub of the game. Schaller in for Wendland. And Jonathan Gamble, the freshman, in for Hulky. Matthias Schaller, the 6th man, and Jonathan, 7th tonight. Plummer looking for someone, gets it into Miller. Still very pressured by Neldner. Oster now guarding Elwood. Neldner to Miller. Guarding Miller. Miller gives it to Elwood. Elwood from the elbow. Good.
Elwood again using his height to an advantage.
Yep. Both shots have been made by Elwood, and Gamble not a great pass into Oster, and it's turned over. Miller. Elwood wants the ball, and he gets it. Nice pass there. And that'll be a foul on Jonathan Gamble. Brandon Wendland getting ready to come back in here. Oh, fouls on Oster. My bad. Elwood makes his first free throw. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Wendland and Hulky in for Neldner and Milky. Pats is in for number 50, Tyler Baker. Didn't see a lot of Baker in his first shift on the floor. And Elwood raises his free throw percentage to 50%. He's 2 for 4. All 6 points are by Elwood. Oster for 3, and no good. And Hulky tips it out, and it'll go to the Trojans. Elwood definitely making his presence known early in this game. 6 points for him. Doc Hill. Not too much of a press here from the Lancers, but Wendland staying on him the whole way of the court. Screen from Elwood, doesn't work. Doc Hill gets it out to Plummer. Plummer for 3, no good. Plummer's got to crash there if he wants to keep it with his team. He kind of just backed up. It'll stay with the Trojans, though. Milky back in for Hulky, which means Oster will guard Elwood now. Moving screen on Elwood. Actually, it's on Dockel. Sorry, I saw a different screen. Milky on the left wing, crosses over, gives to Wendland. Wendland goes right to Oster. Oster goes right as well. He lays it up. No good. Gets his own rebound, though. Kicks it out to Matthias. Gershaller gives to Milky. Milky goes up with his left. No good. Wendland grabs the rebound, though. And Jonathan grabs the loose ball. Good job by Gamble there. Wendland to Milky in the right corner. Oster from the elbow. Short. And that will go to the Trojans. Nice sequence there by the Lancers. They can't get a shot to fall, though.
A lot of offensive rebounds.
Yep.
It's a good thing for them.
Yep, not good for the Trojans players. That's what will make a coach mad. Here's Dockel. Crosses over Wendland. Picks up his dribble though. Wendland should pressure him a bit more when that happens, but he gets it away. Elwood from the elbow again. James Elwood with eight of the Trojans' points, all of them. Wendland at the top of the key, shoots. No good. Oster tips the rebound to Miller. Miller will bring it down. Gives to Plummer. Plummer to Elwood. Blocked this time by Oster. Oster wasn't going to let that happen again. Plummer to Dockel. He goes all the way out of bounds. Looks like he was trying to go to someone on the right side of the court, and no one.
Miscommunication there.
Yep, no one took it. Hulke and Neldner in for Gamble and Oster. Schaller will pass it in to Neldner. Neldner brings it down. Neldner gives it to Hulke. To Neldner. Milky, top of the key, gives to Neldner on the wing. Looking for Hulke, gets it to Wendland though. Inside to Milky. Milky goes up, but he gets blocked. And good transition here from the Trojans, and Plummer just gets it in.
Plummer just waiting for the pass there to take it down.
Yep, nice friendly roll for them. Milky with the long two, no good. Miller almost travels, but he gets it to Dockel. Again in transition, this time it's Pats with the make, and that'll be a timeout for the Lancers. Great fan presence here for the Trojans, wow.
A lot more than usual for away teams.
The Lancers fans have gone quiet. We remind you, you may text us at the number in the bottom right corner.
We love getting your texts.
Yep.
Make sure to text us who you are also.
Yep. As well as what you want to say. We haven't gotten one yet, and we didn't get a lot in the JV game. Hopefully, with the 9 people we have watching, we're 1, so it's 9. We can get a text in. JV, of course, won their game pretty handedly, 51-29, I believe. Neldner to Wendland on the wing. Wendland crosses over behind his back. Oster fakes the shot, goes right, under the basket, reverse, good. Nice job there by Oster.
Oster definitely a big threat under the basket for the Lancers.
Oster's a threat everywhere.
Yeah.
Elwood shoots, no good this time. And Pats grabs the rebound. Schaller's got to control that. Plummer gets blocked. Neldner looking for someone in transition. He gets it to Schaller. To Oster, and Oster lays it in.
Nice pass.
Great pass there by Matthias.
Nice look.
Way to see him. Miller guarded by Neldner. Inside to Elwood. Elwood gets it stolen by Milky. Milky and Schaller with the 2-on-0. Bad pass for Milky. Very abnormal, but Neldner makes the shot. That was very unlike Jack Milky to make that bad of a pass in transition, but nonetheless, the Lancers get the basket. And
Caleb Neldner manages to turn it into 2 points.
Yep.
And the score is now 15-12, Lancers leading.
After that timeout, the Lancers went on a little 6-0 run, and they're definitely playing well. The Trojans did not get a shot off at the end of the first quarter, and they almost had a backcourt violation. Lancers are definitely making their presence known on offense. Defense, not so much. Elwood has kind of had his way this whole game. On offense, though, I think what happened in CFC, they were relying too much on their outside shooting, and it worked for the first half. But then they stayed with keeping the ball on the outside in CFC, and the shots weren't falling, and the passing wasn't as good, and there was lots of turnovers. And CFC was great in transition, and it just really got away from them. And in this game, they're getting the buckets inside and with jumpers, not so much the three. We've seen one from Wendland, but
Absolutely. Those inside shots under the basket, too, they're a lot of easy points.
it's important to get those. Oster and Hulke have been very good this game. They get it into Dockel. Not a lot of players getting in for both teams. Only about 7 each so far. Dockel guarded by Wendland. Tries to get it into Pats, but it's stolen by Schaller to Wendland, and Wendland gets it stolen by Dockel to Miller. Good, nice job by Dockel to get back there. He stole it right back from the Lancers. Miller guarded by Neldner to Kateris. Gives to Dockel. Foul on the Trojans here. Offensive foul. I can't really tell what it is. It's on Quentin Pats. Neldner brings it down. Lancers up by 3 here. Wendland on the wing. Goes across the court to Oster. Couldn't handle the pass though. Kateris looking for someone. Gets it to Elwood. Elwood almost gets it stolen by Oster and then throws it away.
Again, some miscommunication on the passing for New Auburn.
New Auburn's offense is definitely deteriorated here. Elwood goes out and Tyler Baker comes in. Elwood has been their main offensive weapon so far, scoring 8 of their 12 points. Milky. Wendland top of the key to Schaller. Inside to Milky. Good.
Nice look by Schaller.
Yep, that's 2 assists for Matthias, at least. Now, great looks on both of them, and great shot there by Milky. Miller. Little confusion here. Foul on the Lancers. Maybe not. Kateris gives to Dockel. Dockel to Miller. Baker working down inside, but he's not getting anything to go. Kateris inside to Baker to Miller. Goes baseline, kicks it back out to Kateris. Miller. Miller goes along the 3-point line. Dockel on the left wing. Backs up. He feels threatened by Wendland. And Pats bobbles it. Baker has it. Gets stuffed by Oster. And Oster steals the ball right out of his hand. Neldner to Milky. To Schaller in the corner. Matthias to Jack. Neldner at the top of the key to Wendland on the right wing. Inside to Milky. Easy layup.
No one was on him. I don't know what happened. Must have been good screen.
It's too easy for the Lancers right now, especially inside. The Trojans have got to shore up their lane defense. Kateris to Dockel. Dockel goes left, shoots, good. Nice shot there by Ryan Dockel. That was impressive. Neldner gives it to Milky. And Milky was looking for Oster. He cut though, but Schaller grabs it. Neldner looking for Oster, but gets to Wendland. Wendland drives, crosses over, jumper, no good. Oster looking for the rebound, can't get it. Pats grabs the rebound. Good D here by Oster, and a jump ball. It'll go to the Lancers.
Yeah, we were talking about Oster being a threat everywhere, and he's also a threat on defense, not only on offense.
I don't think the Lancers haven't even been pressing. It was just Oster worked so hard down there, he didn't want to give up the ball. Hulke and Gamble in for Schaller and Oster. Milky gives it to Neldner. And Wendland on the right wing, looking for Gamble. Gives to Milky, though. Milky to Gamble on the right wing, drives baseline. It gets tipped, but Wendland grabs it. Milky for 3. Good. Nice shot there by Jack Milkey.
Yeah, Milky, another one of the Lancers 3-point shooters.
Was that a 2 actually? That was a 2.
2?
Yep, I think his foot was just
Long
on the
2
line.
then.
Yep. Plummer on the left wing. Looking for someone. He gets it into Dockel. Dangerous pass to Miller for 3. Miller misses, and it gets tipped out of bounds by Elwood. I don't agree with that. I think Hulkey tipped it out. But I guess I didn't have such a great point of view up here.
Looks like Hulky tipped it out to me too.
Schaller in for Wendland, and Gamble will inbound it. Neldner's been in almost all game, and he's been point guard for most of the game as well. He must be tired. Miller's been a challenge on defense. Neldner gives to Gamble, guarded by Plummer to Milky. Schaller goes right, and that's a charge. Matthias does not like that call. Good. I think that was a charge, though. That was a good job of Dockel setting his feet there, or Plummer. I don't know. They're both redheads.
Yeah.
5-second violation on the Trojans.
Good D by Emmanuel, not letting anyone pass him.
There was a 5-second violation in the JV game, too. Emmanuel's running a really good press in both levels tonight. Milky gets it into Gamble. Tries to fake out Baker, but Baker's not buying it. Hulky, Schaller, to Neldner on the wing. Gives it to Gamble, top of the key. Neldner shot fakes, and they call it travel. Here's Ned Sandhefner, his first time in tonight for Milky. And a bad inbound pass goes through the hands of Daco, and they say Matthias tipped it.
No, it'll be white ball.
Never mind. Plummer was confusing me there. Sandhefner will inbound it. Ned looking for someone, gets to Neldner. Back to Ned. Ned for 3. No good. And White's not that way, ref. I believe it was off Hulky. That's blue ball.
Ref's mixing it up.
He said White, but he pointed the direction of the Trojans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Trojans fans do not like this.
I have to agree with the Trojans fans, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was off White.
Off of Hulky. Neldner in the right corner, and he gets fouled. Good job by Neldner there, being really aggressive with his dribbling. Wendland getting ready to come in. And here's a break for Caleb. Wendland comes in for Neldner. Great job by Caleb Neldner, as usual. Just gives all of his effort. Wendland's the point guard now. To Schaller. Hulky working inside, but Baker is definitely doing well. And Ned travels. Lancers up 21-14. Plummer into Dockel. Wendland playing a lot of pressure here. Dockel crosses over. Gives to Plummer. Plummer gets it tipped. It goes off the backboard into Baker, and Baker misses. Nice job by Sandhefner with the rebound. Wendland misses, but Hulky grabs it and tips it back in. And 1.
I think they're calling no shot.
No shot. And the foul's on Grant. That's an offensive foul. Refs are... neither of the fan bases are liking the refs' calls today. Off of Miller's foot, and Wendland eventually grabs it. To Schaller underneath. Matthias goes up, misses. Gamble with the rebound, and he makes it. Gamble's first points of the night. Or
Nice way to recover the ball and turn it into 2 points.
First points of the afternoon, I should say. Dockel crosses over. Wendland with some pretty good D, but Dockel gets inside, shoots, and is fouled. Ryan Dockel at the line.
40 Grant Hulkey. That's his third personal, team's fifth.
Grant Hulkey has 3 fouls already.
Wow, that is not good for the Lancers. And Dockel makes his first. It also means Caleb Oster will be getting a lot more playing time, as well as I think Carl Ryan will be getting some playing time down low. He'd be a good matchup on Elwood. Dockel's second free throw is no good, and Oster grabs the rebound. Caleb tried to get it to Milky, and Miller tips it out of bounds. Oster will inbound. Oster looking, gives it to Wendland. Back to Oster. Oster was. They call a travel on Oster. That's just a bad call.
Quite a few travel calls.
He was shot faking. Like, I don't understand these refs today. For both teams, honestly. Miller is fouled by Matthias, and that's Matthias' second foul. One offensive and one defensive. And the Lancers in a bit of foul trouble here in the second quarter. They've only gotten 6, but they aren't spreading them out. Neldner comes in for Schaller. Dockel. Cuts across the lane. Dockel gives it to Elwood, and he fakes out Oster. And that's a foul. Let's see who the foul's on here. It's on Oster, and that's his second. What? Never mind. That was. It's Caleb's first, not his second. Elwood misses his first. Colwitt's in. He's a freshman. Only freshman on the New Auburn team. And Jonathan grabs the rebound. Gives it to Wendland. All the way down the court to Milky. Milky pulls up. Good.
Beautiful pull up and shot.
That was just a beautiful play right there. Nice pass from Wendland.
Jack Milky has 5 two-point shots for 10 points this game.
And Dockel gives it to Miller, to Kolwitz. Back to Dockel, right wing. He goes right. Wendland was playing heavily to his left, and that's a travel on Miller. I think that Caleb Oster does only have 1 foul, which means that earlier foul was on Jonathan.
Huh, interesting.
Yep. Neldner to Oster. Oster gives to Wendland. Nice cut there by Brandon. Brandon misses, and it stays with the Lancers. Milky will inbound. Lancers up 10, 1:20 here left in the first half. They get it into Oster. Oster to Neldner. Almost a travel there, but Neldner stayed grounded. And Oster drains the 3.
There's that range from Caleb Oster.
Wendland guarding again heavily to Dockel's left. He goes right, gets it to Miller, and Miller makes it. Neldner to Wendland. Crosses over a couple times. Gets it to Milky, to Gamble. Gamble fakes out his man. He falls. And Gamble's pass is stolen by Kolowitz. Miller brings it down to Dockel. Top of the key. Goes left and gets stuffed by Oster. Neldner in transition has Wendland, and Wendland a laid up and in. I believe that's 3 blocks for Caleb Oster this game. No foul there. Blue ball, though. Miller will inbound to Dockel. Dockel's a very good ball handler. And as I say that, it goes off his foot.
Yeah, that's pretty ironic.
Pats gets it stolen by Milky, and that's a foul. Nice job there by Jack. Great steal, and he gets fouled. 3 seconds left here for the Lancers. They're not in the bonus, so they'll have to get a last-second shot off. See what the Lancers do here. Milky will inbound. Gets it into Oster. And Milky lays it up and in. No, and a travel's called. These refs are...
Looked like he only took 2 steps with the ball to
Yeah,
me.
he never put it down. So... And with 0.2 seconds left, Dockel just hands it off to the ref.
And at halftime, Oakland Emmanuel 30, New Auburn 17.
Great half of basketball here. Great job by the Lancers to come into the half with a 13-point lead.
Yeah, first quarter it was pretty close.
Yep.
Scores are pretty even, but New Auburn's been kind of letting it slip away from them.
Yeah, at one point in the game, New Auburn was up 3. It was 12-9, and then the Lancers took a timeout. Tom Williams got his players focused, and they scored 6 straight, and it's been Lancers ever since that. In the first quarter, the Lancers outscored them 15-12, and in the second quarter, they outscored them 15-5.
We'll see if the Lancers can keep their momentum going in the second half.
Get some stats here. Jack Milky with 13 points. Already a single double for him. I don't know. Oh, never mind. That 3 we thought was a 3 was actually a 2. That's confusing on the stat sheet. That's why we need pencils and not pens up here.
Yeah.
And also scoring for the Lancers, Wendland has 7. Oster has 7. Hulke, Gamble, and Neldner all have 2. And those were the only players in other than Matthias Schaller. Lancers in a bit of foul trouble. A lot of their important players have many fouls. Schaller has 2. Hulke has 3. Hulke's gotten in a lot of foul trouble this season. It seems like the Lancers, I guess you could call them centers, have gotten in foul troubles a lot in both the boys and girls. Kara Meyer gets into foul trouble.
Absolutely. It's
Often.
partly because of their size, too.
Yep, and they've got to be aggressive. And Oster with 1 foul. And Schaller with 2, and Gamble with 1. And for New Auburn, it's Elwood with 8, and then Dockel, Plummer. Oh, Dockel with 3, and Plummer and Pats both have 2. The Trojans were very unimpressive in that second quarter. Elwood actually has 10, not 8. Elwood's been their most important offensive weapon so far. And the Trojans are in no sort of foul trouble. Quentin Pats has 2 fouls, and Dockel and Plummer both have 1. Not too much.
14 fouls that half.
Yep. And 7 for the Lancers?
I think it was 6.
6? Yep.
No, yeah, it was 6.
Okay. No bonus, though. No, didn't get that far. The Lancers will definitely have to keep working it inside. It seems like jumpers have been most of their game. Lots of jumpers from Milky and 1 from Neldner and a short one from Gamble.
We've also seen a lot of jumpers from Elwood.
Yep, especially from the elbow. Lancers are, of course, coached by Tom Williams, and he's assisted by Joe Lau and the JV coach, John Radical. Williams did a great job of that timeout in the first quarter. The Lancers were down 3. It didn't look very good, and he talked to them, and they just got things rolling. We've got some text here. Steve Milky, Jack's dad, thanks for announcing, guys, doing great. Although the Lancers are also doing great. The Bartles also watching. They say nice job. And my sister asks for a shout out. She played here for the first of the Lancers regional champion, no, not regional, conference championship teams. 3-point shooter. I aspire to be like her. No, just kidding.
You're so proud of her.
Yeah. We're getting ready to go into the second half here. The Lancers have just got to continue to do what they've been doing. Another text here from Brandon Wemlin's grandparents. They say the stream is very good, which is great to hear because it was not very good during the JV game.
We can't even see it up here. The screen's blank to us.
Yeah, at the end of the JV game, it went out. Yeah, I see Brandon's family here, and his grandparents are watching from home. JV won really handedly, actually. Their main scorers were Calvin Ryan had 8, all in the first half. He kind of cooled down in the second. David Hine had 9. Rhymes. Albrecht had 6. Sharonbeck had 6. Lisak had 6. Both were 3s. Sodnik had 2. Ben Hansen had 2. Ben Hansen had 2 points on a transition bucket, I believe. And then, of course, you got to hear Jesse Neldner's fan base at the end of the game. It was amazing. Oh, and Brian Sitto had 5 points. Brian Sitto played 2 quarters of JV, so he can play 2 quarters tonight, or this afternoon, in the varsity game.
He's definitely a help on JV.
Yep, it's great to play Brian and sometimes Jonathan down, but it seems like Jonathan's been playing down less. And Brian didn't play the first half at all, so maybe he'll get in the second. I know Brian would be disappointed to only get to play 2 quarters today.
Yeah. It'd be disappointing to anyone.
Show you the Emmanuel roster here. Definitely a great mix of talent. We haven't seen Brian Sitto or Elijah Morris or Carl Ryan yet. I think Carl's going to get in, most definitely, because he's one of our centers, and we're going to need him because Grant Hulke is in so much foul trouble, and Oster can only do so much. Morris and Sitto, I'm not so sure about. Neldner looks like he's getting tired, or at least a normal person would be. I don't know if Caleb's tired. But Sitto might get in. And then Morris kind of plays more of a wing, but Milky seems to be doing a good job of that, so we'll see how the subs work out in the second half. We can see the crowd here. It filled in a lot during the JV game. You can kind of see the edge of Jesse Neldner's fan base. Abby Bernthal there. Riley, his sister, was there. I don't know where she went.
Decent crowd for varsity game.
Yep, especially an afternoon game. The Trojans fans showed up. Oh my. You could hear them during the JV game. Yeah, so we got 3 minutes left at halftime here. The team should be coming out soon. The Trojans are coached by Keenan Dahl, and the assistant is Richard Dockel. I wonder how he's related to Ryan. Here come the Trojans. Down 13. It's definitely a doable comeback. There you see Zach Sippert walking towards he's wearing a referee's uniform.
I think it's required by...
Is it?
Yeah, by WIA.
I did not see Phil Schaller wearing one during the JV game. He should have.
It's just for varsity, I think.
Oh, wow.
He must feel important.
Yeah.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left till we start the second half.
Yep. The Trojans have a really good balance of their classes on here. They have only 3 seniors, 4 juniors, 2 sophomores, and a freshman. The Lancers have 6 seniors, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, 1 freshman. As the seniors leave next year, like Milky and Wendland and Schaller and Oster and Hulke and Morris, a lot of JV players are moving up next year, especially sophomores. On varsity next year, you'll see Sam Lisak, Sam Sharonbeck, Riley Sotnick, probably Calvin Ryan and Jonah Albrecht as well, David Hine, another freshman this year. He'll be a sophomore next year. And it's just going to be a lot of jumping up next year because of the great athleticism of the senior class, especially with volleyball too.
Yeah.
And of course, baseball with Matthias Schaller. He'll be gone. Oster's on the ground. Oh, he's just stretching. Never mind.
Oh no, he's injured.
He's okay. 1 minute left. Thanks for tuning in. If you are, we currently have 8 viewers other than ourselves. That's a lot for an afternoon game,
But
though.
that's just on Ustream. We haven't checked
YouTube.
the live YouTube channel that we recently put up.
Yep. We also got a new modem up here in the booth. It's been working very well. And Prof Rail has decided we're going to keep it.
It's definitely a help. I mean,
The stream has been a lot better for the basketball season than it was in the volleyball season.
yeah, it helps.
Volleyball, it was crazy. The screen would always be going out. We can always get the recordings to work so you can watch the games after they're recorded and uploaded, but that's not how you guys want to watch it, and we all know that. Unless you want to watch like Caleb Oster's put-back dunk or something.
That was amazing.
We should edit that and just put that as a video on the page.
I wonder how many views it'd get.
Oh, I don't know. And here we go, second half here. Trojans will get the ball first. Lancers up 13. Into Miller. He gets it stolen by Neldner. Nice awareness by Caleb Neldner. And jump ball. It'll go to the Lancers. I thought maybe Caleb called timeout, but I suppose you don't want to do that 4 seconds into a half.
Good D by Nelner.
Yep, he's always a presence to be feared. Neldner on the left wing to Wendland. Inside to Neldner. Nice cut. To Milky outside. Wendland goes left, back to his right. Crosses over Dockel. Oster shot fakes. Gives to Neldner. And Wendland shoots long, and Elwood with the nice rebound. Elwood brings it down the court. Gives to Dockel. Dockel crosses over a couple times. He has amazing ball handling skills. Yeah, but he picks it up. And it's almost stolen by Jack Milky, but he just tips it out of bounds.
Milky saw the pass coming. Took a short sprint. Got there in time to tip it away.
He read it very well. He just didn't hang on to it. Plummer looking for someone. Good D by Milky here. And they get it into Baker finally. Baker to Dockel to Plummer. To Elwood at the high post. Elwood goes left, back out to Plummer. Plummer goes right across the lane to Miller. Miller on the right side. And Elwood is being guarded very well by Oster. But Baker gets inside, he misses. And Milky gets it to Wendland. Back to Milky. And a successful give and go there on the fast break for the Lancers.
You can see the chemistry between those two.
Best friends. Or I don't know if they will want us to say that, but good friends.
Been playing for a long time together.
Yep. And it's stolen by Oster. Milky. Oh, Wendland grabs it. Back to Milky. He shoots, no good, and Baker grabs the rebound. That's a shame that he missed that. That would have been cool. Dockel, and the pass is tipped out by Hulky.
Not really tipped out by Hulky as much as hit his shoulder.
Yeah.
And ricocheted.
Nudged out. It'll be Trojans' ball. They need an inbounder. Okay, Kateris is going to inbound. Into Dockel, gives to Elwood. Elwood with the jumper. Good. James Elwood with another jumper. He has 12 points. 12 of the 19. That's not the scoring distribution the Trojans wanted. And Wendland will shoot a three here on the feed from Hulky. Oster with the rebound. He's fouled on the ground.
For a second, I thought he was making the travel sign.
Oh,
It's
man.
like, what are you doing?
No.
This is first personal teams first.
What do you think the refs say at halftime? Oh, Wendland for three. Good. What do you think That's the first foul for the Trojans, also the first foul of the half. Through 2.5 minutes, the Lancers have none. Dockel gives to Miller. And it'll be stolen away by Neldner off the tip from Hulke. Milky, nice pass there to Wendland. He lays it in. Lancers with a great transition in this game. They got pounded on transition in the CSC game. Oster with a nice block there. Neldner lays it up and in.
Looks like the Lancers are running away with this.
Yep. They're up 20 now. They're only up 13 at halftime.
They just scored 6 in less than 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. 30-second timeout for New Auburn here. And that'll make it 12 for Milky, 9 for Wendland, and Neldner gets his second basket. He's got 4. Just great transition there. That's how you beat teams, especially when you're quicker than them. And with Wendland and Neldner and Milky, the Lancers are quicker than most teams.
They're all really athletic.
Yep. That's
really
why
fast.
That's why CFC was so frustrating. Everybody, they're all like all 3 levels were so great in transition. I mean, C team, JV, and varsity. Actually, I didn't get to see JV, but I assume they were pretty good. They won.
They beat the undefeated JV.
Yeah,
of ours.
Both JVs were undefeated, and CFC won. The Lancers had only been back 4 days from break, though. I feel like they're a bit rusty. They were down 30-9 at half, which was really bad. But they came back and made it realistic. They only lost by 16. Elwood at the elbow gives it to Plummer. Plummer gives to Gutierrez. Elwood looking for someone. He needs someone to help him. Oster to Milky. Milky lays it up and in. Jack Milky with the finger roll. He's got 14 points now. Elwood didn't know who to go to on that last possession, and no one was calling for the ball. It was not his fault that it got stolen.
New Auburn getting a lot of turnovers.
Yep, Dockel gives to Plummer for 3. Good. That is the first 3 for New Auburn. Wendland gives it to Hulke. Hulke goes left and misses. Oster with the rebound. Also misses. They're going to call a foul on Grant Hulke. He was going for the rebound and he got him on the arm. That's Grant Hulke's 4th. Jonathan Gamble's going to come in, as well as Matthias Schaller.
Still pretty early in the third quarter. We might see Grant Hulke foul out by the time this game's over.
Yep, we might not see him again until the 4th. Schaller and Milky trap, and Dockel gets it out to Pats. Plummer loses the ball, and he gives up on the play. Neldner to Milky with the oop. Jack Milky jumped and caught the pass and made it look like an alley-oop, and he laid it in. That's 16 for Milky, all 2s. And Dockel is fouled. That is a good call. I believe that's going to be on Matthias Schaller. It's on Oster. That's his 2nd. And Dockel at the line once again. Dockel, like Jack Milky, is a left-handed shooter. You don't see a lot of those. I believe Grant Hulke's left-handed. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get a C. Dockel sinks his first. Here's the second. Good. To get back into a game, you're going to need to make your free throws, and Dockel just does just that. Schaller on the wing, drives baseline, kicks it out to Oster. Oster for 3. No good. Rebound by Gutierrez. Dockel. Now Neldner on Dockel. You usually see Wendland, and Neldner is definitely playing great defense. Dockel to Miller. Miller's not moving. He goes left and gives it to Dockel. A little lob pass there. Dangerous, but Neldner didn't see it. Carl Ryan getting ready to come in. His first time this game. Most likely because of Grant Hulke's foul trouble. That was a block by Jonathan Gamble, but he's called for the foul. And Jonathan just smiles and shakes it off.
probably felt good.
Oh,
Oh,
fouls
it's
on
on Matthias.
fouls on Matthias. I guess that makes more sense than calling the foul on Jonathan.
Matthias has 3 personals.
Yep, Matthias and Hulky both in foul trouble. Miller sinks his first. Carl Ryan in, as well as Wenlin, Neldner, and Oster. Both Caleb's go out. And Ned will also come in. Schaller out. Definitely a unique lineup here for the Lancers. I've never seen this one. Let's see how they do. Miller misses it. Milky with the rebound. Milky gives it to Ned. Ned goes up, misses. Ned gets back though. Great job there. He's not phased by the miss. And Ned tips it out of bounds. Ned's just got to take his time on that one. Focus. He had it. Coteras to Dockel. Tries to fake out Wenland. Wenland's not buying it. Wenland, he goes right, gives to Coteras, gets blocked by Gamble. Jonathan Gamble with the stuff.
Manu fans liked that one.
It's been a block party for Jonathan Gamble and Caleb Oster.
Punny.
Yeah. Sandhefner on Miller. Wenland on Dockel in the corner. They give it to Elwood. Here's Carl Ryan on Elwood now. Coteras for 3. That's tipped by Milky. And Gamble gives to Wenland. Great defense there by Carl. I was saying I think he would make a great matchup for Elwood. Wenland misses the 3. Pats to Dockel. And obviously Tom Williams thought so too, putting Carl in the game. Ball goes out of bounds and into the stage. Plummer and Baker back in. Jonathan's looking for the ball on the stage. Stark back there. And Oster's also in. And now Wenland goes to help. Turning the lights on. There you go. Wenland finds it. Where is Jonathan?
There he is.
Jonathan will inbound with a smile on his face. And Oster gives John an assignment. Wenland to Oster. Sandhefner with the jumper. No good. Short. Lancers almost have the rebound there, but Plummer grabs it. Elwood back to Plummer. Plummer almost gets trapped there, but he gets it back out to Elwood. Miller. Great D by Sandhefner here. Miller gets fouled. That might be on Oster. That could be his 3rd. Miller will go to the line once again. That is on Oster. That's his 3rd. That's his 3rd. There you go. Jim Lau. Miller at the line again. 2nd time tonight. That's good. I think he's 2 for 3. And Brian Sitto in for the first time this game. Just at the end of the 3rd quarter. Maybe we'll see him a lot more in the 4th. And Miller sinks both. And Milky's going to come back in. And Oster comes out. Milky has no fouls, and he also has 14 points. Or 16 points, wow. Wenland will be the point guard now. You would think Sitto would be, but maybe not. Wenland gives it to Sitto. Sitto's got some great ball handling skills. He showed them off in the JV game. Wenland for 3, sinks it.
Beautiful shot.
Wenland's 2nd 3 of the day. And they call a foul on Wenland. He was sliding his feet. Nice and clean there, but refs don't think so. With that 3, Wenland now has 12. 6 on 2s and 6 on 3s. And here's a timeout. called the timeout?
Tom Williams.
Lancers timeout.
Emmanuel Lutheran timeout.
1:13 left in the third here. Lancers up by 19.
46-27.
They've extended their lead from the halftime break by 6. It's always good to see a team play well in the third, and you don't have to have so much stress in the fourth. Like I remember the Melrose Mindoro game before break. The Lancers they made it close with turnovers and foul trouble. Tom Williams trying to get his team focused again. It worked in the first quarter. Lancers went on a 6-0 run after that. And New Auburn's back on the floor. Here come the Lancers. Caleb Neldner has no fouls, as well as Morris and Milky and Sito and Ryan are the only 5 without any fouls. I know that doesn't sound like much, but all the other guys are in a lot of foul trouble. Plummer, guarded by Wenlin. Plummer was kind of dribbling carelessly, and he gets it stolen on the pass. Goes off of Gamble's foot, and Milky has it. Jack Milky to Brandon Wenlin. Swings it to Sito in the corner, inside to Milky. Nice pass by Sito. Whipped it right in there, and Milky is fouled. It's on Mason Kolwitz, his first. Mason's the only freshman on the New Auburn team, as well as Jonathan Gamble is the only freshman on our team. Brian Sito, the sophomore, drains the 3. He had one in the... That's an elbow from Plummer to the face of Wenlin, and that's an offensive foul. Plummer apologizes.
It's good to see that.
It was an accident, I believe. And Neldner will come back in. Yeah, I didn't get to really say it, but that was a great shot by Sito. And Wenlin comes out. Hopefully he doesn't have a bloody nose. We don't need any more jersey changing like we did last game.
Yeah.
Apparently a Melbourne player was bleeding, and it got all over the Lancers' white jerseys, and you're not allowed to play with blood on your jersey, so 4 players switched numbers. Ryan from the free throw line doesn't get the roll. Elwood grabs the rebound, gives it to Miller. 22 seconds left and counting. Miller to Elwood. They say fans are calling for Elwood to shoot it, but he doesn't. Baker inside. Almost gets it stolen. Gives to Kolowitz. To Elwood. Great passing there by the Trojans, and there's a foul on the ground. Foul's on Carl Ryan. That's his first. He's in no sort of foul trouble. Kolowitz will inbound. Trojans have 7 seconds. Elwood fakes out Ryan. And that looked like a clean block by Gamble. But
I thought it was clean too.
Maybe it's not on him again. It is on Jonathan. That's his second. Here's Elwood at the line. So instead of getting a last second shot, they go to the charity stripe. Elwood sinks it. That's his 3rd made free throw. It's his 13th point. Almost half of the New Auburn points have come from James Elwood. And he misses his second. Milky. Nice pass there to Sito. Oh, and they didn't have enough time to get it off. Sito tried to make one more pass, and it didn't end up working. Lancers up 21. 49-28 is the score. What'd you think of the Trojans in that quarter, Sam?
Well, I think they're getting tired.
Yeah.
I think they've lost kind of their momentum that they had in the first quarter. They kind of realize the game is slipping between their fingers.
Yep. And the Lancers, they just kind of had another quarter. They've won every quarter so far. They won the first by 3, the second by 10. They won this quarter by 8. So they're up 21 now. And 8 minutes left to go. Lancers will look to close out this game and get back on the win streak. They're 6-3 on the season. There are a lot of good teams in the Dairyland Conference. They lost to CFC on Thursday night. They lost to Blair Taylor before break. That was, of course, when Jack Milkey got injured, and the game just kind of got away from them. And the Lancers have also lost to Alma Pepin on a make at the buzzer. I heard. Yep.
That no one was happy about.
Yeah. Well,
maybe Alma Pepin was.
yeah, but and they lob it into Elwood. Elwood goes up. Looked clean for Milky, but they're going to call a foul. Well, there's a lot of those clean looks, but not happening. And Elwood is at the line once again. Elwood's 4th time tonight. Misses. Between the legs pass to the ref from Oster.
Fancy.
I think Elwood is 3 for 7 from the line. He looks to get back to 50%. He does not. 3 for 8. Schaller. Elwood's not such a good free throw shooter as that one big man from Gilmanton was. Milky makes the shot. Looks like it should have been an and one there.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no foul.
18 points for Jack Milky. All twos. And a turnover there. Nice D by Matthias. Yeah, as I was saying, who was Desmond Davis from Gilmanton?
I remember.
He made the game so close here. The Lancers won by 1. He made like 9 of 10 free throws.
Big man.
It was amazing. He was bigger than Elwood. Oster makes the layup.
Too easy.
Yep. Elwood didn't slide his feet, and the help wasn't really good enough. Neldner is getting crossed over left and right, but stays with Miller. Schaller guards Plummer out on the wing. Pats with the jumper, not contested at all. Oster gets it to Wendland. Wendland tries to get it to Milky. It went over his head, and Schaller also couldn't grab it. Plummer will inbound. Gets it to Dockel. Not a lot of Dockel in the third quarter, at least what I saw. Again guarded by Wendland. Schaller on Plummer. They try to lob it in again to Elwood. This time it does not work. Oster to Neldner. And Neldner goes to Milky. Milky goes left. And that is 20 points for Jack Milky.
Another easy 2 points for Jack. He's just driving the baseline and getting those layups.
Driving left baseline. It's working. Oster stays straight up, but Miller makes a nice shot. First points of the quarter for the Trojans. Wendland to Milky. Caleb Neldner gets it inside to Oster. Spins, shoots, no good. Milky tries to tip it back, and Oster grabs Milky's rebound, and Oster lays it in.
Oster using his height to his advantage.
That's 11 points for Caleb Oster. Oster at one point was leading the Dairyland small and rebounding per game, and he was 3rd in scoring per game. Ball goes off of Schaller and out of bounds. Tyler Baker in for Quentin Pats. Chris Kateris in for Miller. And Grant Hulke comes back in for Schaller. Hulke has 4 fouls, but the lead is at 27, so I don't think they're too worried. And Carl Ryan and Caleb Oster have been playing really well down low. They try to lob it into Elwood. They do. Elwood goes up, misses. And they're calling a foul.
It's a late call.
It's going to be on Oster. I don't agree with that foul. And Oster now has 4. Too late. It was too late of a call.
Both Oster and Hulke, their main big men down low, have 4 fouls.
Carl Ryan will most likely be getting back in. Elwood makes it.
Gamble comes in.
Elwood is 4 for 9 at the line. Jonathan Gamble in for Caleb Oster. Elwood back at 50%. He sinks it. 5 for 10 from the line. Neldner. Top of the key, guarded by Kateris, gives to Wenland. Milky to Gamble. Gamble, guarded by Dockel. Wenland guarded by Plummer. Wenland goes right, lays it up, no good. Kind of a wild shot there. Hulky also misses. They call a push on the ground. It'll be Lancer's ball. It's on Dockel. Only his second. And only 4 for the half for the Trojans. Nice lob there from Milky. Gamble brings it down. Milky for 3, left corner, no good. Wenland kind of throws the rebound out, and no one was there. Dockel. Good D from Wenland here. Gets back to him. Plummer goes left. Gets stuffed by Milky from behind. Nice block there by Jack Milky.
That was cool to see.
Matthias Schaller coming in. In for Wenland. Kateris lobs it up to Schaller, and Milky will take it. He's got Schaller with him. Takes it himself. No good. Not a very good choice over Milky, but Schaller doesn't finish, and Hulky puts it back. Hulky puts his hands up as he runs out of the lane. Doesn't want to get called for an off-ball foul. Grant Hulky now has 4. Kateris has it. Dockel fell in the backcourt. The ball goes out of bounds to Nathaniel Krause. Pats comes in for Elwood. I don't know if taking Elwood is the smartest strategy. Siddle back in for Neldner. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't think taking Elwood is the best strategy for taking him out is the best strategy for the Trojans.
He's definitely their top scorer.
He has 15 of the 32, almost half. Plummer looking, goes right into the Lancer D. That's a travel. Hulky, that was clean. He was straight up. And Wenland comes right back in for Jack. And they're going to let Brian be the point here. Brian Sitto, great ball handling skills. Gives to Gamble on the wing. Picks up his dribble to Wenland. Jumper from the elbow. Short. Nice rebound by Sitto. To Gamble. Drives baseline. Lays it up and in. Jonathan's second basket of the night. 4 points.
Beautiful baseline drive.
Matthias Schaller has not scored yet this game. It's kind of surprising. He's been in a lot. Dockel, nice job. He absorbs the contact and lays it in. Wenland. No one picks up ball. He got past the three-point line and still nobody had him. Wenland tries to force it into Matthias and no good. Stolen by Pats. Gives to Plummer. Judd Plummer. That goes out of bounds. Lancer ball. Elijah Morris and Caleb Oster in for the Lancers, and 4 new players in for the Trojans. The only one staying out there is Dockel.
Morris gets his first playing time.
Kolwitz and North's first time in the game. Goodwill's also his first time, and number 43 is Devin Kuhn. 3 of those 4 players, it's their first time. Elijah sets a screen. Brandon wasn't cutting off of it. Matthias goes up, and there's the bucket we were looking for. Matthias' first points of the night.
Afternoon. Just kind of messes with you.
Yeah. No windows in here. Dockel gives it to, and that was a bad pass there. Oster stays straight up. Kolwitz misses, and Kuhn gets fouled. Kuhn. Sounds like Packer fans are here. Spelled different.
Looks like Oster's fouled out.
Oster's out. Hulky still has 4.
Number 12,
Jack Milky's in. Definitely a small lineup here for the Lancers. I think Carl Ryan should be going in soon. Or Grant Hulky. Yep. North was definitely their best player, one of their best players on JV. He sits bench for varsity and is now in with not a lot of time left here in the 4th. As well as Goodwill, number 42. Kuhn makes his second. Went 1 for 2. Wendland brings it down. Lancers have a comfortable 28-point lead. Sito swings it to Schaller, fakes the shot, drives in, back out to Sito, to Wendland, fakes the shot, gives to Milky. Milky goes up, and good. 22 points for Jack Milky.
New Auburn just can't stop Milky from scoring.
Yep. All have been relatively close except for that long 2 we thought was a 3. Elijah, good defense down low for Morris, and Goodwill has to give it away. Lazy backhanded pass there by Miller, and Wendell will take it all the way. Laid in. That is 14 for Wendland. And Lancers up 32. Jonathan Gamble checked in.
Lancers call timeout. I don't know what Coach Williams is talking to him about, but maybe to let up a little bit.
Even when you're, no, probably not. Even when you're up 32, your coach is mad about something. That's how I feel sometimes. It just seems like it.
Constructive criticism.
Especially college coaches, they seem to never be satisfied. Like I think Tom Izzo for Michigan State, they won an overtime game and he was mad for some reason. It just doesn't make sense. Enjoy the win. Enjoy your lead. But nonetheless, Tom Williams must have saw something we didn't. And he calls timeout.
Trojans are back on the court.
The 5 for Emmanuel will be Carl, Elijah, Jonathan, Brian, and Ned. All of them non-seniors except for Morris. This will be what kind of the Lancers lineup looks like next year, except instead of Morris, it'll be Caleb Neldner. This will most likely be the starting 5. It works out fine. The 5 players remaining from varsity will probably be the starters. Kolwitz. North. To Kolwitz on the left wing. Goes baseline and gets it to Kuhn, and they call a foul on the arm. Shooting 2 will be Devin Kuhn. He went 1 for 2. Fouls on Elijah Morris. Devin Kuhn at the line here.
Lancers have 10 fouls.
So that means double bonus for the next foul. So even off the ball, off the shot, non-shot fouls, non-shooting. Devin Kuhn misses both, but Kolwitz grabs the rebound, misses. Here's Goodwill out to North. North misses, and Morris tries to save it under his own basket. You just don't do that. But it does get a friendly tip, and the Lancers have the ball. Sito to Sandhuffner on the wing. Gives to Morris. Morris goes to his right. Shoots on the runner. Can't make it. And Carl didn't have great position to grab that rebound. 1 minute left in the 4th quarter here. Lancers up 32. Kolwitz to North. North guarded by Sandhuffner. Goodwill with a nice post move there, and he lays it up and in. Well, not really.
That's Goodwill's first points of the night, or of the afternoon.
Yep,
Sorry.
there you go. Sito to Gamble. Gamble goes right. Kicks it out to Carl. Carl Ryan with the nice move there. He misses, but grabs his own rebound. And that's going to go off Carl. But it looks like there should have been a foul there. Great effort by Carl Ryan, though.
Good effort.
It's a fancy little move, but it was no travel. He made sure of that. Miller brings it down. This is not the Trojans starting 5, which means they have given up on this game. North with the jumper behind the backboard, and it goes to Kuhn, and he scores. 6 seconds left. Siddle will just take it easy. Siddle just keep the ball. Lancers win 67 to 39. Leading scorers for the Lancers. For the Lancers, it was Jack Milkey
By a lot.
with 22 points. Brandon Wendland had 14. Caleb Oster with 11. And all of Neldner, Hulke, and Gamble had 4. And Matthias Schuller had 2. Oh, Brian Siddle with that 3. Forgot about that. And for the Trojans, it was James Elwood with 15 points. He did not get a lot of help, though. Dockel had 5. Miller had 4. And Plummer, Pats, Goodwill, and Kuhn. And Goodwill had 2, as well as 3 from Devin Kuhn. Well, that's all for this game. The Lancers, I'm not sure when the next home game will be, but all of the guys' teams will be at Whitehall Tuesday. I think there are girls' home games Monday, so make sure you tune in for those. We're going to sign off. I'm Gunny Sippert. He's Sam Buck. Our cameraman's Clay Bobek. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.